Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we're going to jump right in here with a bit of lack of courtesy and empathy on my point of view. Coming to quite a wide road, as you can see, cars on both sides of the road. It's one of those situations where we've got a queue of cars on our left here, and we're looking at that car there. He's got a gap there where he could just ease off a bit, that's all, just ease off as we come through, but he doesn't. He plows right through, scares the hell out of my pupil. As you can see, they brake hard, they go to the left. I just think that was unnecessary. He's got a big gap there on the right, look, that he could have just utilised, just help us out a bit. And look at the car coming up now. It's a similar situation, and this is how you do it properly. Just eases off, goes on to the left side, we pass each other, no problems at all. Difference between someone being courteous on the road and someone being aggressive, basically. Okay, this is just more of an observational one, really. We've got a cyclist here riding on the road. It's a fast moving road, and that's a shared bike lane on the left, but I can understand to a certain degree why the person chose to go on the road, because the cycle lane there is blocked. And what's that in the way? Could they not put that a little bit better so the cycle lane could be used? Have a little look at the cycle lane here. I'm just going to pause it briefly. I mean, look, that's in decent shape. Some of them are pretty crap, that's for sure. But that one is nice and wide. It's pretty decent. It's probably as good, if not better, than the road itself. She's got no protection on, but she chooses the road. It's her choice, exercising her rights to ride where she likes. I don't have any issues with that. Me, it's just about the safety element. I know what people are like on the roads, and some of them don't care too much for cyclists. Yeah, let's have a little look at the back camera on the same stretch of road, so to get a good decent perspective of what was going on there. As you can see by that bike park, it is pretty decent, but I do get that blockage coming up. Maybe she saw that early on, so just decided to stay on the road. And there he is, sitting there, and that piping. Yeah, I'll let you decide that, but look at this vehicle here. Could that have been better? That's in the way as well from using the bike path. And then it sort of eases itself out normally after that, and then it's quite nice. But just as we pass the cyclist, look, she's enjoying herself there. It seems she's loving a good bike ride in the good weather. Okay, this clip here was what I appeared to see some dangers driving by an HGV, which I noticed when I was joining the A3. Now it's the lorry here, the back, and the closeness to the vehicle in front. Now we're going to have a look at the front camera just as they come up and pass, and look at that gap. That's not good at those speeds. And then when you have a look at the front, he actually gets even closer. So I think that car there was waiting to pass us before, because it was a solid white line. It was just getting in there, so past us coming out, and the lorry's getting even closer. When the car thinks it's safe enough, it does actually indicate and move over into our lane. But this weird thing there is, the lorry does the same thing and goes right behind the car again. Now, was he just clearing our lane, or is he just got a beef with the car, or is he just like driving dangerously close? I don't know. But you can't argue with an HGV, and the driver should know better, because if he's got to stop that vehicle fast, that car's not going to stand a chance. Right, off the cars for a moment, onto a pedestrian. This guy coming across here, we're looking to go, very, very simple. He then checks the light, checks the red man, has a good look. What's his decision when he sees it's red? Of course, we're just going to go across the road, even though it's a green light. Silly, silly, silly. Anybody else been driving, and that could have been a little bit different, but as we saw that coming, no dramas at all. But a bit silly by him, really. That's what the red man's for, it's for his own safety. Okay, from one silly pedestrian to another silly pedestrian. This one's a contract worker going about his business, but I think that's me is his lack of attention. He's now crossing the road, as you can see. Just going to zoom in on that, and you'll actually see that he's just looking at his phone while he's crossing the road, not paying attention to anything, and even then he doesn't get back on the path. Now he actually sees us as we're right on top of him, and we gently go around him and carry on. Again, another driver, another car, another scenario, and that could have been a whole lot different. Why be looking at your phone when you're crossing the road? Silly, silly, silly. Sometimes when you're scanning on the roads, we're back on the A3 again, and you've got to watch for odd behaviour. because the odd behaviour is generally where accidents can come from. It's always not necessarily speeding. This Range Rover passing on the right, we'll clock that, and it's odd behaviour. It catches up with the car in the middle lane and it starts braking for no reason. It gets close to the white line, weaving about. That tells me that that guy, or woman for that matter, in that car is distracted. They're not paying attention to the road, they're not paying attention to where they're going, they're distracted either on the phone, doing something else in the car, could be anything. But whatever they're doing, they shouldn't be doing it. They should be paying attention to where they're going on a fast moving road like this. And this behaviour carries on quite far down the road actually. They get quite close to the car in front. I mean, that there is way too close. Don't know why that car in front doesn't actually just move over to the left lane, he's not passing anybody, and get rid of that danger behind him. But no, he does stay there. And the Range Rover carries on this behaviour for quite a way down the road. So I feel that somehow they're distracted. So we stay in this left lane. We're certainly not going to undertake. And as I said, this carries on way down the road, but I'm not going to bore you with just carrying on. But yeah, it's odd behaviour like that you really got to be aware of at all times. What we're looking at there is this rather aggressive van driver. We just passed a car here and we're looking to get over to the left once we've cleared the car, but this van barreled down really close. We've got our indicator on, and just as we're about to get out of his way, we hold because we see just about what he's going to do, and he undertakes us quite aggressively, as you can see. So we couldn't get over. So the point being now, we would be looking to coming back out to the right lane again. Look at him go in the middle lane. What's he doing that for? He was in the left lane. Can he not decide where he wants to go? Why doesn't he just slow down a bit and then make his mind up? So we start here purely because we were actually going straight on here in this lane, so there was no point going back over to the left, but we would have done that to let the van driver pass. No need for that type of aggressive driving, but hey, this is what people do on the road and you just got to be ready for it. Okay, interesting on this, down the old A3 again, and it's where we've got the big roadworks going on. This is always problematic. This is going to be going on for a while. But as my pupil was driving down the middle lane here, what they're paying particular attention to is the middle lane, and especially anybody in the left-hand lane that decides to pull out. But we move out now because we just saw the middle lane starting to slow. Great reaction from the pupil, I think. Well planned, nice and early. Get out the way of this. And as you can see, we are getting a bit closer. So what is going on? All of a sudden, we're getting really close. So there is something happening at this point here, but we're out the way and we're clear of it. And what is it? A lorry is pulling out from the inside lane. Why couldn't that plan a bit earlier? Anyway, let's have a look from the back view. Now, what we're looking at here is the same scenario, but there's an Audi behind us. Reasonable distance. Now we move out because we see the slowing down of those vehicles. And what does this Audi driver here do? Now he's got a clear view in front of us and he can see what we could see. Does he take any action? No, not really. It's only about here does he now see what we saw way back up the road, and he starts to slow, but he's left it too late and he gets swallowed up by vehicles passing on the right. That's got to be some pretty poor planning. Yeah, one of my pet hates is aggressive driving, and we're looking at this silver van right there. Drives aggressively. He's really close to this VW as he's coming up the road, and he gets even closer. Even the Mercedes behind us doesn't fare much better, but he does better than the silver van, that's for sure. So even the Mercedes getting quite close. That silver van wants that lane there. So why is he over in the far right lane? He's doing it because he wants to get past us, and he does it quite aggressively. If you have a look at the front view of this, this is where the VW comes past, and then he gets really close and screams right in front of us, undertakes the VW and goes right over quite quickly to the inside lane. Absolutely no need for that at all. A little bit better planning and he would have been over there. The key thing is, did he gain any advantage to that? Well, we'll let it run up to the lights and you'll see. We neither accelerated nor de-accelerated. We just maintain a nice steady speed, and near as damn it, we caught him at the lights. So all of that for what? For nothing really. And again, aggressive driving like that, sometimes you'll get away with it and sometimes you won't. And that's why we have so many accidents on the road. It's just no need for it really. Okay, we'll finish off with, unfortunately, yet another aggressive van. Getting very, very close to my learner as we're driving around these roads. And I'm looking at him in there and he's looking in his left mirror. He is looking to pass us, that's for sure. He doesn't want to do the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. He wants to go quicker. He's in a rush to get somewhere, of course, and he'll do that at any expense, and sometimes those expenses can be quite costly. Thankfully on this occasion that's not the case, but he does pass us aggressively right there. And if you have a look at the front view of this as we're coming up the road, you can see that we're in a right only lane, and that left lane to us is a left only lane which he uses to overtake us. And go, but absolutely no need for that at all. Just as well there weren't too many cars around as he conducted that manoeuvre, or pedestrians for that matter. Then as we get down the road, you can see he disappears down the road, and probably to carry on his madness further down. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I do very much appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Have a little bit of empathy for those learners out there. They are learning after all. They are doing their best. They do try not to hold people up. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Ta-ta for now.